Good evening, folks. Thank you for tuning in to Cat TV's coverage of the 2026 MAU graduation. We hope you all are having a great time tuning in and watching this from wherever you may be watching it from. We want to take this moment to thank our sponsors. Our local event sponsors are GVH Studios, the Bank of Bennington, and Outdoor Secrets Unwrapped. It is a beautiful evening here in Bennington, and the field is full of people eagerly awaiting our graduates to walk onto the field. We can check out the band. The band is playing. Josh is live with the band. We await the graduates. They should be coming down any moment now. We want to take this moment to just say thank you again for watching Cat TV. You're watching on channel 1095, Cat TV's Facebook page, Cat TV's YouTube page, or did you download the Cat TV app on your Android or iOS devices? You can do that for free. Go to the App Store and search Cat TV Bennington. And if you have an Apple TV or Roku TV, you can also search for us there too. Congratulations to the class of 2026, and thank you for watching Cat TV. And we have just one more announcement while I have you here before we begin. If there's anyone interested in creating a 1-minute film, our 1-minute film fest is back. The Shire's 1-minute film fest screening this October, but submissions are now open. Head to our website, catamountaccess.com, for more information. Create your 1-minute film, and we want to see what you can create. We are also offering 2 workshops this summer for middle school and high school students interested in the art of filmmaking. For more information, you can again check out our website, catamountaccess.com. And again, congratulations to the class of 2026. Enjoy the commencement. And again, for those just joining in and tuning in to our 2026 coverage of the high school graduation here at Mount Anthony. We thank you for tuning in to Cat TV to watch your coverage of the MAU graduation. You can watch on channel 1095, our Facebook page, Cat TV Bennington, our YouTube page, Cat TV Bennington, or you can download the Cat TV app on your iOS or Android devices. Search Cat TV Bennington, and you can download and watch this graduation right now. And we've got some lovely music from the symphonic band. Excellent. Way to go, kids. We are just minutes away from the graduates coming on the field. We thank you again for tuning in to watch Cat TV for the commencement. And congratulations to the class of 2026. Good evening, folks. We're just waiting for some more people to arrive on the field, so we should be starting hopefully in the next couple minutes. And just sit back, relax, and enjoy our coverage of the 2026 MAUHS High School Graduation. It's a beautiful evening on Spinelli Field in Bennington. Thank you for watching.
Right under the, that's my nose.
Good evening, folks. We're just waiting a few more minutes for people to enter the field. We have some, stragglers who are ready and excited. So just a few more minutes. Thank you for tuning in to our coverage of the 2026 MAUHS High School Graduation. And again, I'll thank our event sponsors, which is GVH Studios, the Bank of Bennington, and Outdoor Secrets Unwrapped.
Please remain standing for the flag salute and the national anthem. Gentlemen, we ask that you please remove your caps. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, members of the school board, superintendent, faculty and staff, families, friends, community members, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. Welcome to our 2026 Mount Anthony Union High School graduation. As we gather this evening, I realize that our journey together has been a little different than usual. For many of you, we first met when you were 8th graders sitting in my math classroom at the middle school. Together, we made the transition to the high school, where I continued to teach some of you as freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. And this year, I've had the privilege of serving as your principal during your final year at MAU. When I think about that journey, it's remarkable to consider how much has changed. One of the advantages of having known many of you since middle school is having witnessed your growth over time, and I feel honored to have had that opportunity. The students I met then are no longer the 8th graders who nervously walked into class wondering what high school would be like. I remember students who doubted themselves, students who were hesitant to raise hands, students who weren't yet sure where they belonged. But tonight, I see graduates who have found confidence, whether through academics, athletics, theater, band, art, clubs, and other extracurricular activities, or one of the many program opportunities you've discovered at Southwest Tech. I see graduates who have developed resilience, overcome obstacles and setbacks to reach goals over time, whether that be days, weeks, months, or years. And I see graduates who have learned that success isn't about being perfect. It's about continuing to move forward when things become difficult. And life will continue to be difficult. It will be uncomfortable in ways that you cannot predict or prevent. But trust that you have the skills and experience needed to face any challenge and learn to become comfortable in that discomfort. Do not be afraid to face new challenges head on, take chances, and try new experiences. Do not fear failure. Failure is merely confirmation that you had the courage to attempt something incredible. Failure is a sign that you do not settle for less but strive for more. Failure is not the end of an experience, but the seed that grows into knowledge, self-reflection, and the motivation to improve and succeed at a higher level the next time. The truth is that every graduate here tonight has faced challenges that others may never fully understand. Some challenges were visible, others were not. Yet you continued to move forward. You adapted, you learned, and you grew. That perseverance is worthy of celebration. And as you sit here tonight, you may feel excitement for what's about to come next. You may also feel uncertainty, and that's normal. The future is not something you can predict. Plans change, new opportunities emerge, unexpected challenges arise. What matters is not having all the answers. What matters is having the courage to keep moving forward. Trust in your abilities. Trust in the lessons you've learned. Trust in the resilience you have already demonstrated. And trust that you are more prepared than you realize. As a teacher, there's no greater reward than watching students achieve their goals. As a principal, there's no greater honor than having the opportunity to present diplomas to students whose journey I've been fortunate enough to witness from the classroom to graduation. Of course, there were countless other teachers, mentors, coaches, counselors, family, friends, and others cheering you along the way. Many of them are here tonight, and I'd like to thank you all for your enduring encouragement, patience, and guidance. The graduates sitting before us did not arrive here alone. This achievement belongs to them, but it's also a reflection of your support. Graduates, on behalf of the entire MAU community, we're incredibly proud of what you have accomplished. We're grateful for the contributions you've made to our school, and we're excited to see the impact you will make in the years ahead. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams and live the life you've imagined. Thank you, and congratulations, and best wishes to the Mount Anthony Union High School class of 2026. This past Wednesday night at Senior Awards Night, we recognized our graduating seniors who have achieved academic excellence. Graduates received a stole, and at this time, we asked those recipients to please rise, along with any students that received a Southwest Tech Honor Stole, and be recognized. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to welcome our senior class president, Miss Emily Tibbetts, to the stage.
Good evening, family, friends, faculty, staff, and most importantly, the class of 2026. I would like to start by thanking every teacher and staff member for their constant support and encouragement, which have helped each one of us reach this moment. I would also like to thank my parents and family for their constant love, support, and belief in me. And to the studs, thank you for every single memory. I love you guys. Most importantly, thank you to the class of 2026 for making these past 4 years so memorable. These last 4 years have given us precious, lifelong memories, from Friday Night Lights, bonfires, homecoming week, every single senior event to every small moment in between. This class made high school something special. Our constant support and participation in theater, sports, clubs, and activities have helped create a community that made MAU feel like home. Like any senior in high school who realizes they have to give a graduation speech, I started frantically searching best high school speeches ever. Before I knew it, my entire TikTok For You page had been completely consumed by emotional graduation videos of people my age giving advice. And somewhere in the middle of all that, I realized something. I'm in the exact same position as every one of you. Just like many of you sitting here in front of me, I'm 18 years old, I do not know any secret to life, and I'm definitely not the person who should be up here pretending to have all the answers. So, instead of me telling you to do this or don't do that, or what the expectations going forward will be, instead I've asked people who lived a little longer than we have. Families, friends, teachers, and strangers. I asked them one simple question. What advice do you wish you could give your 18-year-old self? Each person had a different and unique response, and I'd like to share them with the class of 2026. First, take risks. Don't find your comfort zone too early in life. Someone even kept it simple and said, don't skip leg day. Others wished they knew not to worry so much about what other people think. Eventually, many of those people whose opinions seem so important today will become a distant memory. Stay true to yourself. Life is less about having everything figured out and more about learning how to adapt when things don't go as planned. Trust your instincts. Slow down. Be open and receptive to change. Nothing is permanent. You can change your mind, and that's completely okay. Life has many different chapters, and you have the power to write them. Before you rush into this next chapter, remember this. This season of life is so special. It's a rare time where everything is expanding, new friendships, new perspectives, new versions of yourself. Enjoy every moment of this summer. It's the most free you'll ever feel, and the most time you'll get to spend with your closest friends. Some were more a little specific. Mr. Moses says, don't pay $8 for a fancy latte, but I'm not sure lattes were even made back then. Look for the magic in every single day. It's there. And don't underestimate the importance of relationships. The people who support you and challenge you will shape your life far more than titles and achievements ever will. The people sitting next to you right now, the people who make up this graduating class, are one of the greatest parts of this entire experience. And don't worry about math. Apparently, we'll always have a calculator. It's very clear there's no formula to success. I received advice from people who have lived completely different lives. And maybe that's the lesson. Not that they all agreed. In fact, many of them didn't. Some of the advice was practical, some of it was funny, some of it was personal. But what stood out to me the most was that none of these people had every answer when they were 18. They learned through experience. They took chances, they made mistakes, and they changed their minds. And somehow, things worked out. Maybe life isn't about knowing where every step will lead, but having the courage to take the next step anyways. So, as we leave here tonight and embark on our new journeys, none of us know exactly what the future holds. But maybe that's what makes this so exciting. We have full control to write this next chapter of ourselves. And I cannot wait to see where all of our stories lead us. So, to the class of 2026, here's to a life full of opportunities, new beginnings, and endless possibilities. Congratulations, class of 2026, we made it.
At this time, we're going to enjoy a musical selection, These Green Mountains, by the MAU Choir.
These green hills and silver waters are my home. They belong to me and to all of your sons and daughters. May they be strong and forever free. Let us live to protect your beauty, look with pride on the golden dawn. They say home is where the heart is. These green mountains are my home. These green mountains are my home. These green hills and silver waters are my home. They belong to me and to all our sons and daughters. May they be strong and forever free. Let us live to protect her beauty and look with pride on the golden dome. They say home is where the heart is. These green mountains are my home. These green mountains are my home. These green mountains are my home.
At this time, we're going to invite our senior class vice president, Miss Ella Palisano, to the stage.
Can everyone hear me? Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Ella Palisano. I am the vice president. Congratulations, class of 2026. We made it. Thank you. For the past 4 years, I've been proud to serve as your class's vice president. With that being said, tonight I have the honor of introducing this year's faculty speakers. This year's speakers were chosen by our class as a representation of integrity, respect, perseverance, kindness, and so much more. Both of these teachers reside in the English department, where they meaningfully connect with many students each year, including myself. I've known both of them for years, one being my unforgettable 7th grade English teacher, and the other being my equally unforgettable 9th and 11th grade English teachers. I ask you all to join me in welcoming to the stage Mr. James Fisher and Miss Taisha King.
What's that? Okay. What's up? That's too cringy, isn't it? What if I go 6'7"? I know that now I'm riffing here. I just love making high schoolers call me Unc. So that was, I just had to do that. All right. Maybe I should have asked Chat GPT to come up with a better opening. I got to put on reading glasses. There's no way I can see this. All right. This class would not know anything about the use of Chat GPT. Boo. All right. Thank you, Class 2026, for the invite, and Ella for the intro. I always wondered how faculty speakers were selected. Now I know. The seniors come to a consensus of who they would like to speak to their class. This class couldn't come to a consensus. Now I know half of you are smart. You selected the lovely, kind, beautiful Miss King. The other half of you, well, you selected me. Good luck with that, all right? I don't know if I'm a suitable candidate to speak at your graduation, but I will do my best. I'm going to turn it over to Miss King. Let her give you a little intro.
Hello, everyone. I second what Fish said. I, too, wondered how the faculty speakers were chosen. I was very explicit in my directions of not putting my name in the drawing for this when you all threatened to do this to me a year ago. Surprise, surprise. Per usual, you did not follow my directions. Fun and jokes aside, I am extremely touched and honored to be here and to be delivering this speech with my colleague, Mr. Fisher. Thank you for the invite, and as always, I'll try to do my best. Many of you I met as White Rock 7th graders in the fall of 2020. Yep, good old pandemic times. It started virtual, and then we had hybrid pods in person 2 days a week. Remember that? No cap. Last week when I got my yearbook was the first time I saw some of your faces for real. I knew your names beneath a little black box, cameras off of course, for the required Zoom class. You came though. I have never forgotten your names. Going into that school year, I was so stressed about building genuine connections over a computer screen. As you continued to check in with me after you transitioned to high school, whether officially assigned to room 226 or not, I realize now that I had nothing to worry about. I'm proud of how far we've all come together. Mr. Fisher?
All right, so I do think that who the class select as speaker or speakers represents who the class is as a whole, and hopefully we will do you justice. If not, it's okay. No one actually remembers who spoke at their graduation ceremony years from now. Ask around. Not now, but later. You'll be shocked. No one seems to care or remember. So the pressure's off all of us, all right? Do you remember? Oh, Miss King does remember who spoke at her graduation. Yes. Now, I wrote this speech imagining beach balls being bounced about and everything like that. That's not happening. So I got to riff again. But basically what I'm saying is no one's really paying attention, just like my classroom. But many of you have been in it. You guys know it's true, all right? Speaking of this class and this speech, so I thought I would give you, myself, Miss King, are going to give you guys a refresher of what you were supposed to learn in our English classes these past 4 years. You may have missed it for a number of reasons. Going to the bathroom, nurse, absent, late to school, couldn't focus. So we're going to give you the nuts and bolts of what we were trying to instill in you the last 4 years from the English department. Okay? As English teachers, let's not kid ourselves. No one in the future is going to shame you for not having read one of your assigned reading books. All right? No one's going to ask what your grade was on the Gatsby essay. They don't care. We teach you these books because there are life lessons embedded in the text. So we learn from what they did. Many times we learn from what they did not do. So let's review. Romeo and Juliet. There's an important life lesson in Shakespeare's play on the star-crossed lovers that I would be remiss not to remind you of all again. When you find yourselves on a first date, having a nice romantic meal, slurping spaghetti, staring longingly into each other's eyes, do not pull a Brennan Huff from Step Brothers and proclaim, "I freaking love you." This is a serious red flag that will instantly end your possible romantic relationship. As Friar Lawrence advised the young Romeo, love moderately, take it slow. Don't worry, I'm not going to go over all the books we read freshman year. Honestly, I didn't really want to do the Odyssey, but because the Christopher Nolan film's coming out this summer, you guessed it, I will go over the Odyssey. All right? We didn't teach you this book to teach you how to outsmart Cyclops, sirens. All right? They're not real. Nor did we assign it to you to get unrelenting revenge on someone trying to steal your life. The message we wanted to teach you is don't get so focused on where you want to be that you forget to make most of where you are present. When you reach your Ithaca, you will realize all that you have gained. All right, last book that I'm going to go for freshman, and then I'm going to turn it over to Mr. King. You guys are getting sick of me. The last book was actually the first book you guys read. And honestly, it's the first book that they've ever discovered that was written in history. That's Gilgamesh, all right? Now, in my class, when I taught that to you guys, I made this public announcement, or I made this announcement class. I am publicly rescinding it. I said, if any of you named your firstborn child Humbaba, $500 from me. I can't afford it, guys, all right? Inflation's been killing me, so I'm rescinding it, all right? So that's off the table. So if many of you were planning on doing that, you cannot do it, all right? But one of the messages for Gilgamesh is, all right, Gilgamesh did not accomplish all that he wanted, all right? And I'm not going to spoil it. We probably have younger kids in here. But when he returned to his city gates, he was struck by all that he and his people had accomplished. And for a moment, he forgot all his troubles. With that said, you guys aren't going to get everything you want in this life. I'm pretty certain of that. But make sure you take time to celebrate all that you have done. All right, Ms. King, it's up to you.
Your 10th grade year and your second new schedule at Mount Anthony Union High School. The year when we decided that sophomores should be year-long. And dear Mrs. King would teach 10th grade exclusively all year long. Joy. What did you learn? Let me remind you of the books, the characters, and the lessons they taught us. Let Antigone remind you that you ought to stand up for what you know to be right and true, no matter the cost. In other words, my friends, you gotta stand on business, 10 toes down. Stand for something or fall for anything. In Long Way Down, and since I had the pleasure of teaching so many of you that year, I can accurately say a class favorite. We learned from Will that though the rules are there to be a guide, sometimes they need to be questioned, and sometimes breaking them can help to break harmful cycles. Don't be like the sheep in Orwell's Animal Farm. Think for yourself. Don't follow blindly. Question authority, really question everything. Remain critical thinkers. Knowledge is power. From Patricia Noah in Born a Crime, we learned about having courage and resilience in the face of extreme adversities. Continue to shatter the molds of what society dictates you should and should not be. Take up space. If I had to listen to all the things that people told me I could not be, well, I wouldn't be in Vermont where apparently there is snow and it gets cold. And by way of that, then I wouldn't be here giving you this speech. In alignment with the Bard and A Midsummer Night's Dream, may you all find and know true love. Remember to have fun in a responsible way. Stay in the magic. Despite the hardship, it's still a beautiful world. Go out and see it. Mr. Fisher, oh, just kidding. Junior year, it's me again. See, what had happened was the very next year, after teaching them all year the year before, they assigned me 3 sections of 11th grade English. So guess what? They pretty much all came back. New schedule again this time, though. American Lit. Students often ask me what is my favorite grade to teach, and without hesitation, the answer is always the same, 11th grade. Why? For starters, the content, and second, in my experience, there is a maturity shift that happens during or perhaps the summer after sophomore year. Maybe one of you can tell me later, but I theorize that students realize that they're running out of time here at Park Street. Juniors, in my professional experience, come in a bit more focused. That finish line is in sight. So what did we learn and what did we explore? In Co-Talker from Ned, we learned to hold on to our identity, those things that define us and make us uniquely who we are. Georgia Boy taught us not to make assumptions, and the very valuable lesson that we can learn from everyone we encounter, regardless of backgrounds. In the midst of the figurative battles that life will most certainly throw your way, remember to keep yourself in balance. As a random aside, while we're talking about Bruchac, thank you for sharing with me the best day of my professional career to date, when Dr. Bruchac came to visit with us in the fall of 2024, and I got to show him all your projects and hard work. That was a total W. For all their aspirations to be models of Christian charity, the tea sure was piping hot over there in Salem Village. I enjoyed the tea parties we had in class, but I'm not here to talk about John Proctor, Abigail, or the affair, though I'm somehow certain you all remember that. Another random aside, special shout out to Peyton Clark for playing the best Reverend Paris ever. From The Crucible, I'd like to focus on my favorite character, Reverend Hale. None of us are perfect. We're all going to make mistakes. The important thing is to acknowledge when you make the mistake, take accountability when necessary, and just do better. Let those errors influence your future actions. Long way down is to 10th grade English as The Great Gatsby is to the 11th. Most students love this text. I just want to tell you to find and become the best version of yourself for yourself. Not for a Daisy, not for a Tom, but for you. Every day is a new day with new possibilities to be whoever and whatever you want to be. As Fitzgerald reminds us, even a Gatsby is possible. Please, just do this in a legal and moral way. Every now and again, you should follow in the footsteps of Chris McCandless and the transcendentalists that came before him. Go into the wild and disconnect from the world to reconnect with yourself and what is really important. We live in a beautiful state with many opportunities to do this. All right, Mr. Fisher.
Now we get to senior year. Let's be honest, you guys had senioritis. You guys really weren't up for many of the books, so I'm only going to do one. So you were supposed to read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Now, I know many of you checked out, maybe missed a few key elements. We didn't have you read it to know that you don't go to a graveyard, dig up corpses, and assemble different parts of the human body to create life, okay? What lessons we actually wanted you to glean from Frankenstein is kindness and connection. If Victor ever showed a shred of decency and kindness towards his creation, none of this carnage would have taken place. You guys only would have been subjected to about 60 pages of Mary Shelley's text. There's going to come a time when you encounter someone out there in the world who is ostracized because of their appearance, maybe the way they dress, their smell. I want you to be kind, reach out, show your compassion. You'd be surprised how far a simple gesture can go in someone's life, and yours for that matter, in the future. And the final lesson that you should have learned from Frankenstein is do not become so immersed in your work that you forget about your friends, your family, like Victor did. Do not ignore their calls, texts, WhatsApps, I don't know what that is, Snapchats, any connection. The work's always going to be there. Your family, sadly, they may not. Connect with your friends, family, loved ones. So my message to you, call home. Those friends, family will love to hear from you.
The time has come. The moment you have been eagerly awaiting is finally here. We will miss seeing you every day, but we've all worked hard to give you the tools you need to be successful. Transitions are challenging, but it's gonna be okay, Cass and everyone else. Every ending is bittersweet, as it may be, presents a new opportunity for a new beginning. Scared though you are, embrace it. Well, fish, hopefully we ate and left no crumbs. Class of 2026, it's been the realest. I feel so fortunate to have spent so much time with so many of you in room 226. Your future is so bright. Congratulations, you've earned it.
At this time, I'd like to welcome to the stage the class of 2026 salutatorian, McKinley Kiefaber.
Good evening, everyone. Before I start, I want to thank the people who helped me become the person I am today. Thank you to Ms. King, Mr. Moses, Ms. Contrada, Mr. Chenkin, and Nurse Shannon for their advocacy here at MAU. Thank you also to Ms. Newport, the DREAM program, and the many organizations across Bennington that contributed to my community service journey, including the Bennington 250th Committee, Vermont Veterans Home, YMCA, American Legion Post 13, the Bennington Museum, and Bennington Elementary. And finally, to the two people I wish to thank most, Mom and Dad. Mom, you've stood by me and supported me at my best and worst, and I would not be on this stage today without you. Looking back on these 4 years, I realized that some of the most important lessons I learned were not written on a syllabus. Some came through support, encouragement, and opportunity. Others came through challenges, disappointment, and moments when I had to advocate for myself. There were times when I felt unheard, unseen, or more like a number than a person. Those experiences were difficult and painful, but they taught me self-resilience, determination, self-reliance, and grit, the kind that pushes you to keep working even if the path feels lonely. I also learned that how we treat each other matters much more than we realize. There were moments when I felt reduced to my grades, excluded from groups, or valued only for the information I could provide. Too many interactions felt less like friendship and more like comparison. But those experiences taught me what a real community should look like. Real friendship does not make people feel useful only based on their answers or knowledge. It asks how someone is doing. It sees the person, not just the achievement. Because of that, I sought out my own community here in Bennington. I found people who saw my worth and treated me like a human being, not a computer. Friends do not have to come from one school or one town. They can come from across counties, states, and even countries. And if you, class of 2026, ever find yourself changing just to fit into a group, ask yourself, do my friends make me better or do they make me worse? What I learned from all this is what I want to tell the next class of students. Your success, your future, and your life are not defined by the four walls of any school. You may feel out of place at times or even excluded or unwelcome, but you are not alone. The people who truly see you may not be a part of your school community, so go seek them out. Send the emails, make the awkward phone calls, go to the meetings, make the connections, build your own path, find your people, and never, ever let one building decide your worth. Most importantly, don't give up. Don't let any one school define you. Don't let the actions or opinions of others make you question your value and your worth. Don't let exclusion, gossip, insecurity, or apathy dim your sunlight. Feeling unseen taught me to see myself. Feeling alone taught me to seek stronger communities. And feeling underestimated taught me to define my worth for myself. So, to the class of 2026, congratulations. To the students who come after us, keep going. To end, I want to leave you with a quote that captures what these 4 years at MAU has taught me. Quote, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." End quote. Thank you.
This time, we'll enjoy another musical selection, The Other Day, written and performed by Veronica Jarvis and Noah Sean.
The other day I wondered where I belong, 'cause I've been lots of places, yet nowhere at all. The other day I dreamt of somewhere I could feel like I don't have to fix myself, but I didn't think it was real. The other day I questioned if I could go on. Being 13 almost killed me, but in a way it made me strong. The other day I wondered where I belong, not knowing that my place was right here all along. And it's true, I've come a long way, and I still have so far to go. And so I thought about just the other day, but suddenly that other day was 4 years ago. The other day I found myself away from home, lost without a compass and a small supply of hope. The other day I wished for a life that I adore. Not only did it come true, but it gave me so much more. Now we've all come a long way, but we just got onto this road. And so we thought about just the other day, and suddenly that other day was years ago. The other day I found exactly where I am. I took in every moment, and even now, well, I still can. Someday soon I'll look back on these 4 years, all you lovely people, the laughter and the tears. Someday soon I'll wonder where I belong, and hopefully remember it's right here with this song. The other day, the life I made will always stay.
At this time, I'd like to welcome to the stage the 2026 valedictorian, Charlotte Saccio.
Hello, parents, faculty, and of course, the graduating class of 2026. I have learned a lot in the past 4 years. Before taking the obligatory high school classes, I was completely in the dark about the wonders of the citric acid cycle, the enthralling nature of logarithms, the fascinating symbolism of the Great Gatsby, and the tendency of European wars to be named after different lengths of time than those they actually spanned. And while I am truly fond of some of those things, I want to focus tonight on what I believe to be a considerably important skill, which I believe cannot be taught: the ability to find a passion. Passion is different from being diligent or hardworking in a certain aspect of life. It is not the same as trying your best to get an A in a class or trying to get the perfect score on the SAT. Your passion does not have to be particularly noble because it should not be designed to please anybody but you. I have admittedly found enjoyment in my academics here at Mount Anthony, but it is what I am passionate about that brings me the most enjoyment in my life. I, of course, am talking about my personal flock of chickens, 21 strong. There is no metaphor buried here. I literally mean that I have a bunch of birds at my house for whom I personally care. I have found so much value in this passion of mine. School has taught me to think critically and problem solve, but not in the same way. No understanding of physics could have assisted me in calculating how fast I must run in order to catch a chicken who has decided that she shall make a grand escape from the coop at 5:30 in the morning. It was experience that taught me that the answer to that calculation comes out to be approximately really, really fast. I think that to a lot of people, the title of valedictorian might seem more impressive than the title of whimsical chicken lover. But that is exactly my point. My passion does not stem from a desire to impress or achieve. I have a bunch of chickens simply because I want to. It makes me happy. It doesn't spawn in any scholarship money or build my resume into something great. But that was never my intention. Everyone needs something in their lives that makes them happy unconditionally. Whether it be creating music, writing stories, being fashionable, playing a sport, or acquiring large quantities of diminutive feathered egg-laying critters, a passion of any sort is crucial to both one's happiness and to acquiring skills that cannot be taught by our core subjects. My hope for each of my peers graduating tonight is that you will all find a passion. It does not have to have already happened, and it does not need to happen soon. Just keep it in mind and try to find something you love apart from the things you are already expected to partake in. Being happy is so much more important than being the best at something, and it's important to have a part of your life that reminds you of that. Work hard, but live well. In the end, the only success you can truly feel in life is happiness, so do not let it be forgotten. Thank you.
At this time, we'll enjoy another musical selection, The Impossible Dream by the MAU Choir.
To bear with unbearable sorrow.
Each year, it's the responsibility of the high school administrators to select the graduating senior most deserving of the MAUHS Patriot Award. This year's recipient exemplifies the qualities of perseverance, accountability, and tolerance in all of their academic, athletic, and extracurricular pursuits. They've consistently demonstrated high achievement in the classroom throughout their high school career. They're a tri-honor athlete on the MAU soccer, Nordic skiing, tennis, and unified sports teams. School spirit has resonated out of this student since their freshman year. They are always one of the most emphatic participants and have been recognized as an overall winner during our MAU Spirit Weeks. But perhaps most importantly, they have demonstrated support for their peers, teammates, and community through both successes and challenges. When asked for highlights about this student, there were many, but one response from our athletic director, Mr. Malloy, seemed to sum up the character of this student. Mr. Malloy shared an email he received from a veteran referee after a tough road loss for the MAU boys soccer team this past fall. Normally, an athletic director would dread such emails, but this one was different. In the midst of an extremely challenging game and a difficult situation for the athletes, this student stayed cool, calm, and collected. He remained positive with his teammates, offering instruction and encouragement in the face of adversity. So much so that this official took note and felt the need to share what he witnessed with our school and with the parents. That is the kind of student that represents Mount Anthony, and that is the kind of student that deserves this recognition. After graduation, this senior plans to attend the Colorado School of Mines, where they will study electrical engineering. This year's recipient of the 2026 Mount Anthony Union High School Patriot Award is Abe Woods. We will now begin the presentation of diplomas for the class of 2026.
Anybody? To dream, I wish I could call out a name, but they won't stand, and I really don't know why, but here we go. Oh, thank God, it's gonna go quickly.
Emily Tibbetts. Ella Palisano. Lucy Poole. Riley Lamprin. Fiona Palisano. Gwyneth Pakupka. Madison Elizabeth Barrett. Chrislyn Hawks. Charlotte Sacchio. Danielle McDermott. Chloe Moore. Abigail Foster. Lillian Jenkins. Viva Rattray. Shaylin LePage. Rachel Tusignet. Anastasi Lukasova. Alice Corsi. Kai Moses. Julia Agostini. Amory Baker. Nova Post. Benji Moffitt. Noah Sean. Ariana Monaco. Veronica Jarvis. Ryan Nesbitt. Cameron Casalanova. Matea Hathaway. McKinley Kiefaber. Petey Jenkins. Bonaire Shizo. Finn McCafferty. Ava Vickers. Amara Latoka. Peyton Clark. Connor Balance. Asher Lozon. James Tock. Jude Waddington. Samuel Herbert. Callum Jama. Millie Mentaplee. Aaliyah McLaughlin. Kylie Ordway. Ashlyn Harmon. Madison Gallipo. Van Goslin. Kelly Callanan. That's up, buddy. Connor Bailey. Sawyer Crozier. Want to say it? Caleb, top 5, Neno. Avriel Williams. Maddox Allard. Felix Mychek. Griffin LePage. Calvin James. Colby Hill. Franklin Rivera III. Carter Tift. Carson Predel. Jack Sherman. Tyler Monick. What's up, buddy? Asa Reese. Duncan Harrington. Ian Denyu. Isaac Cutler. Michaela Hackett. Congrats, buddy. Riley Granger. Bryce Tinkin. Kyler Knapp. Logan Selly. Austin Bortel. Peyton Russell. Gavin Brown. Johnjo Brandy. Lorcaine Kakamo. Aiden Domke. Noah Wood. Evan Hunt. Kendra Burdick. Adriana Aiken. Sophia Davis. Sandy Aiken. Ryan Marsden. Okay. Turkey Jeff. Aiden Higgins. Brianna Saunders. Olivia Peckham. Jeffrey Douglas. Simon Wells. Olivia Bentley. Corrigan Senecal. Olivia De Leon. Amelia Gordon. Carolyn Senecal. Roslyn Wirt. Morgan Robinson. Elizabeth Aiken. Trent Madison. Cooper Davey. Brianna Chapman. Victoria Smith. Nevaeh Bell. Eric Raker. Carmen Rod. Isabella Gibson. Maya Kaloka. Sabian Davis. Evan Becker. Blake Pierce. Noah Mason. Aaliyah Hamilton. Sydney Harvey. Evelyn Van Orden. Ace Lozano. Brianna Fetzer. Casey Weber. Finian Hogan. Hayden Schultz. Trey Harpin. Carson Krozik. Matthew Pratt. Sam Lobovitz. Sawyer Hurley. Henry Morrison. Aylin Webster. Sean Mead. Christian Hamilton. Hannah Boyd. Chloe Campbell. Daniel Wellspeak. Ryan Marsh. Jackson Schulman. Caden Takano and Lucille Driscoll. Christopher Wall. Deborah Crawford. Alana McNamara. Elizabeth Brown. Aoi Takano. Abe Woods. Braden McManus. Mason Bentley. Thera Hutton. Braden Mayer. Caden Hester. Patrick Barris. Carter Mead. Justin Holton. Nawidallah Muslim Yar. Damian Christmas. Cameron Markowitz. Mia Ramos. Sydney Perkins. William Snow. Floyd Niles. Andrew Morin. Gage Prouty. Trent Morse. Michael Grixtis. Oliver Mylott. Amara Adams. Cassandra Long. Drake Taylor. Lena Miller. River Guile. Chloe Green. Sam Younger. Jillian Glaske. Taya Sharp. Madison Brimmer. McKenna Hendrickson. Sky Bryhop. Michael Brandmeier. Sabrina Hassan. Braden Dunham. Caitlin Belanger. Olivia Danforth. Kevin's mom, Lisa Congolo. Caleb Mix Lefave. Matthew Washburn. Nathan Riley. David Laurie. Carter Hunter. Jessica Everall. Ready? Yep. Keegan Brooks.
All right, we have one more thing to do. I'm going to ask the class of 2026 to rise. All right, here we go. By the power vested in me by the state of Vermont, I now declare you, 2026 graduates of Mount Anthony Union High School, you may move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations, everybody.
Who trusted us with this?